What is happening? Why are all these fucking famous celebrities like watching the weird? I mean, seeking derangements is great. I have no that they're awesome for the record. They're tradcaths, so they have more socially acceptable way to be transphobic in your 20s, like many other easily tricked adult converts. Yeah, as I've stated many times over, okay, if you're gonna be a revert or a convert, you're supposed to fucking go to Islam, okay? No other avenue there. I'm sorry. If you're really interested in like a hard ass mission, then Judaism, okay? Because those motherfuckers don't want you. They will put you through trials to actually be a part of the religion, okay? And even then, it might not work. Islam is more welcoming, but it's also more like real. Out of the Abrahamic ones, especially, like, it's Judaism or Islam. Not the one that is mostly known for pedophilia, okay? You can't just, like, go your whole life being a libtard and then be like, I'm a Catholic now. Like, shut up. No. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit, dude. You went with the pedophile religion in your old-ass age? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I have never seen a Catholic convert that is normal. I've never seen that, okay? I've never seen that. Anybody that puts Catholic convert in their bio, they're getting a fucking column. They're getting a column, and they're writing a column for one of those, like, conservative magazines that's been around since, like, 1968, okay, and is just exclusively floated by some, like, dead billionaire. I don't know who the fuck's funding them, okay? I don't know what's going on. They're just so abnormal. Grew up Catholic, and everyone who married in the family is a certified freak. You're spot on with this. Yeah, Rod Dreher is a great example that comes to mind. Anyway. Rod Dreher took it even further and moved to Budapest and became Orthodox. Respect. I respect that. Okay? I respect that. Like, being raised Catholic is already dog shit, okay? Just ask anyone who's been raised Catholic. It fucking sucks. Most Catholic people I know are spending the rest of their lives trying to run away from the religion. So when I see motherfuckers who are like, I'm hugging and kissing Catholicism at my adult age, it like blows my fucking mind. It's just very odd thing to do. Anyway, how do we get here? We were talking about Red Scare. Maddie Healy saga update. Turns out there are Maddie Healy's a Red Scare fan, and this Stan account is reading them to filth, and I'm here for it. Obviously, ultimately, it doesn't really matter. They hate me. Their fan base fucking shits on me all the goddamn time. They're all the sassiest Brooklyn people who like are I guess so pathetically sad about like the trust funds that they have from their parents that they like try to run away from their liberal arts college background every fucking day by LARPing in an identical capacity to the fucking weirdos on Twitter who are like, homosexuals can't do this. And then they show like big burly guys working at the oil rig. Red Scare is exactly that, but with like, you know, a background in like kind of being leftist originally. Okay? Basically. So, the Red Scare podcast is notorious for platforming fascists and repackaging fascistic beliefs to sound appealing to the left. They've had Alex Jones, Steve Bannon, Ann Coulter, Michael Treacy, Curtis Yarvin. Wasn't Michael Treacy like dating the other one? Not this one, the other one for a while. I don't even fucking remember, but there was something like that going on. Tulsi Gabbard and Glenn Greenwald on the podcast. The podcast is backed by Peter Thiel, a Republican mega donor. The de facto goal of the podcast is to connect the two ends of the political horseshoe by spreading the idea that identity politics and feminism are dividing the working class. Why do they hate you? It's literally no different than every other fucking Twitter guy who like wants to do what Felix has been doing as a career that thinks like the best way to get as much prominence on in those circuits is by saying Hasan is corny. That's it. Like it's literally it's literally all the fucking Chapo reply guys, like Felix reply guys specifically, who don't realize that I'm good friends with Felix, who you know way too much about this shit, brother. Of course I know way too much about this. This is like, I mean, this is it. These are a lot of these people are people I know personally. I don't know if you know this. Like it's not even just my job. It's like people that I know personally, peers. No, and excuse me, Felix. God damn it, Biederman. Um. So the Glenn Greenwald one was where they were shitting on you, if I recall correctly. Yeah. Glenn is so funny. Watching Glenn Greenwald interact with like the Red Scare podcast is so funny because like it's so obvious that he as a 50-year-old man is so desperate to be like a cool person. You know what I mean? He's one of the girls. He's a cool guy. It's sad. It's a sad way to watch a Pulitzer Prize winner journalist who you had a profound amount of respect for succumb to the saddest whims. Anyway, yeah, Disco Elysium updates is great. My friend's a Chapo fan. I asked him what he thinks about it. He said he doesn't like you. When I asked him why he couldn't say anything, yeah, you should ask him if he knows that I'm friends with the Chapo boys. But hey, who knows? So yeah, they're not even funded by Peter Thiel. They went to some parties thrown by people who were getting Thiel AstroTurf money to make a fake un-PC art scene in New York City. Yeah, no, they're like not even fucking. It's like somehow lamer than being funded by Peter Thiel is when you try to get the Peter Thiel bag and fail. But yeah, there was for a brief era. There was for a brief era a understanding, an idea that like some people were pushing for that are just stupid. That like the Brooklyn art scene was actually going to be like reactionary, and it did not happen. Okay, that actually never happened. It was never going to happen, really. But you know, they were like, oh man, everyone's going to be like, yeah, we're going to be so un-PC. Like we hate we hate SJWs. It's like, listen, okay, listen. I shit on a lot of like the hyper commoditized identity politics stuff that we see on a regular basis, co-opted movements that turn into commodities, and how, you know, Walmart is throwing up the Black Lives Matter fish, shit like that. Okay, and that's normal. Criticizing that is normal, but making it your life's mission to be like, we're doing reactionary politics, but from like a cool way, but like kind of in a leftist sense. Well, you're a fucking dumbass. You're no different than the neck-bearded weirdos that do this professionally online with like stacked Funko Pops behind them. You know what I mean? You just added like all you did at that point is just added vocal fry to the dynamic. You know what I mean? It's not punk rock, and it will never be punk rock. You will never be able to turn around and make Catholicism into being punk rock. It's just so fucking stupid. What would you say to people who think that's what you do? Do what? Edgy leftist politics? I mean, if you think what I do has like this kind of edge, like this, being hurtful or being like transphobic for the sake of being transphobic or anything like that, then you know you're unsalvageable in many respects because you're gonna get hurt the moment that you step outside. You know what I mean? No, you're a 30-something trying to dunk on incels. You're better than trading petty insults on the internet. You can carry yourself with more dignity. Fan, by the way. Don't you do the same thing to centrists? No, you're a 30-something trying to dunk on insults. We got a new account in here. We got a sock account in here, boys. New World 2467. I wonder how many times they've been banned. The moment that you say trying to dunk on incels is the moment that you've lost the plot. I don't have to try to dunk on incels. Incels have dunked on themselves. They're incels. What the fuck are you talking about? You're defending centrists and also dunking on incels is weird. Anyway. You to them is like Charlie to iDubbbz. Like you say cum and cock, but don't actually defend transphobia or saying the N-word. Yeah. I rarely ever dunk on insults other than just like point out how fucking weird they are in many respects. But yeah. Making edgy jokes with the understanding / context of the culture is actually an ally move. It shows your awareness that you can make nuanced jokes without being transphobic, homophobic. Look at yesterday's stream with Austin. Yeah. Anyway, but I do find it really funny when Stan Twitter gets a hold of this stuff and then just like starts doing call out posts on fucking the Red Scare. If you have any doubts about Red Scare being a far-right recruitment tool, look no further than its host co-headlining a Young Republicans National Federation event with Roger Stone, a longtime GOP advisor whose most recent activities include advising the Proud Boys. Like, I don't think it's that serious. I will say it like this. Red Scare is not that serious. If you take Red Scare seriously, then you're an unserious person. That's it. Like that's all I gotta say. It's literally like I'm no fan of them. Okay, I'm not. They're not fans of mine, but like, you know, they're not exactly doing anything new. You know what I mean? Redefining the genre or have like any kind of serious prominence. You don't like transphobia through the Valorant voice? Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just, you know, it's stupid. You're literally looking at a podcast where one of the hosts almost killed her fucking baby when she was pregnant because of her refusal to take the vaccine. So, what are you doing? Like, that's real. That literally happened. You're looking at adult converts of Catholicism. Anyway. It's, that's it. She didn't want that baby coming out R-worded. Yeah, she almost had the baby coming out not at all. But yeah, if you want to, like I said, oh wait, the name Red Scare is not ironic in this scenario. That's so much funnier than I thought. No, they originally started off as like basically come town for the gals. Okay, that's what it was. But they're not very funny. So you know you can't really keep that afloat unless you just like dive further and further into a new avenue. And the new avenue is just basically the old avenue. You know what I mean? Like, it's the oldest avenue of all time. Just doing yet another fucking podcast with right-wing perspectives. Dasha was pretty good on Succession. I'm going to just act like this isn't happening. Oh, 100%. I do actually agree with that. I think Dasha was great on Succession, all things considered. I can always be, oh, not just women, gays as well, yeah. Mostly gays, actually, but some women too. So, yeah, that's it. She was fine. She didn't have much to do. Law. I mean, whatever. It's like still kind of cool in a weird way. even if I'm not in agreement, it's still kind of cool in a weird way to see like a person in like a person who's like friends with a bunch of my peers and friends, you know, get a prominent role in a show that I'm watching on television.